live from Rosati's.
Sport fans, I'm Michael Sakala.
And I'm Brandon Wickard.
And how the hell are you?
Yes, how are you? We're coming live once again from Rosati's, South Fort Myers.
And I forgot the stands, and we got the microphone. I got the one stuck to my chin. My chin,
you had a busy week. We're out here enjoying the sun.
Not that I want to have it all about me, but yeah, this has been a crazy week. New job, all this and that. And I really haven't been able to sleep all week, so I'm kind of going on fumes here. But
that's not like your team will be doing Sunday, is it?
Oh no,
okay, just checking with you.
I got something for that. Hey, before we get all into football and whatnot, I kind of like we were talking about the other night. See if we can get this blood flowing. What's going on in baseball in the playoffs? Playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs.
Well, as we know, it all started out good for those that are Astro and Cub fans. They won their playing games, respectively, shutting out their opponents. And we moved on. I know the surprise for you is that, of course, the Rangers and the Blue Jays.
I just can't believe it.
I've watched all the games. I know you haven't.
I've been watching the box scores, and it's just amazing.
What he's alluding to, and I have to digress a little bit. This is a little bit like a family show. I mean, I know we could get by with some of the HBO stuff here, but yes. I don't think they want me to go on a cussing tirade. But I did it with my partner and got it out of my system. I did put something on our Facebook page, by the way.
Good.
I don't know if you read that. It actually shows the play.
Really?
You didn't see it.
I didn't get to see it, but you were saying...
I had to hunt around for it. The only play they were showing was the dude who hit the single afterwards. But I'm telling you, we should have been into the bottom of the 14th with Toronto batting 4-4. You know how the announcers get lately?
Yeah.
Ever since they've come up with this, it's like, do not go against the ruling of the referee.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what was interesting. Right after the play happened, it's on a slide in the second. Well, I'm sorry, a slide back in the second. There was a hit, and Batista's got a gun of an arm. And he throws behind the runner who scoots past second, and he's trying to get back. Well, initially, he slides to the bag, and his foot hits the bag, and recoils back off the bag. Well, the tag's on his leg, and he's off the bag.
And they didn't call it?
No, wait. So they call him safe. So they start showing you right in the beginning, the first or second replay is the one.
Yeah.
Then through the entire sequence, they do not show you that again. They keep showing you the one where you'd have to squint your eyes and have a microscope to look. And then one more time at the end, they show you that one. Well, instantaneously, when Cott sees the first one, like everybody in the crowd and anybody watching on TV, that dude's out.
Yeah.
Cleats and everything off the bag.
Really?
They go through their, 5-minute delay. Like I alluded to you, the call must have been like one of those credit card calls out to Pakistan or somewhere, wherever they sent it. And it comes back safe. And the rest is history. Next guy gets a hit and game over, basically.
Unreal.
Yeah. So it puts Toronto, Toronto, it's been, what, 22 years since they've been there? And they're probably going to be eliminated in the first round.
That's just not right. One thing I did notice, I want to say Price is 1-8. I believe I think I read in the playoffs. What's going on with that?
Him and Kershaw.
Yeah, really.
Because Kershaw went ahead and he actually pitched a pretty good game with DeGrom. It was down to, he actually did load the bases on some walks before he was pulled out. But the reliever only needed one out, and he's the one who gave up the hit. That allowed the extra runs in. But otherwise, both of those games were good.
Yeah. And I've seen the Royals, they tied it back up. The Cardinals, I'm still not, I can't believe Lackey pitched a hell of a game, and the Mets took game one.
And so did Lester.
Yeah.
The game was Lester was into the 7th inning, it was 1-0.
Yeah.
It's when they pulled him out. Okay? He walked his first batter. So they pull him out, and they bring in that kid who does it every time, gives up a 2-run homer. I mean, that's what blew the game out. It was just 1-0.
And when I was listening to the game on the radio, bases loaded, I want to say, with the Dodgers Mets, and they took Kershaw out, and that's when Dave Wright got, I guess he hit a double.
This guy,
2 RBI came.
This guy, all year long, he's got like 82 strikeouts and 11 walks the entire season. This reliever.
Yeah.
Outstanding stuff. I will say this also, though. I am going to go with, I don't want to keep jumping all over the Blue Jay bandwagon.
Yeah.
But so far, if I had to judge, I would say the balls and strikes calling behind the plate is atrocious.
Unreal.
And especially in the Toronto game, the hitters could not understand what was what because he kept changing what was a strike and what was not a strike. It was just totally ridiculous. But it was the play a second that cost the game.
Yeah.
And that about puts me done with baseball, other than to say a little bit later today you'll have the Cubs doing Game 2 with the Cardinals, and then later this evening you'll have the Dodgers again going with the Mets. And how nice is it to have a Cy Young candidate be your next starter for the Dodgers after your 3-time Cy Young loses?
Well, I would think the majority of everyone's rooting, go Cubs. I mean, let's face it, the Cubs are definitely one of the, if they're not right with the Yankees from a popularity standpoint, I mean, they're a notch under, but not by much. So,
let me make one more comment. We'll split the football. This is Arrieta versus Greinke. Okay,
wow.
Because they're going to decide the Cy Young.
Yes.
Arrieta 22-6. Greinke 19-3.
Wow. Wow.
Arrieta ERA for the season 1.77.
Wow.
Greinke 1.66. Arrieta 236 strikeouts. Zach Greinke 200. Arrieta 0.086 whip. Greinke 0.084 whips. Is that not close?
That is. It doesn't get any closer.
That's unreal.
Unreal.
But since the All-Star break now,
yeah,
nobody's touched Arrieta. It's the lowest in the
he's
history of baseball.
He's been out of control.
0.75, something like that, less. Yeah.
Now, before we get into what happened last week, I'd like to talk about, go take a little special thing. I'm going to call it a rant of mine. And for those of you keeping score at home, this isn't another Dallas Cowboys segment. Yes, I do listen to my critics. I'm not going to just sit here and always Dallas, because I really don't need to get the hate mail, if you know what I mean. I'm going to call this one the Dolphin Rant.
But he does love America's team, if you didn't know.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love America's team, but we'll call this the Dolphin Rant. And like a lot of us over the offseason, we kind of watched and kind of got a little excited for the Dolphins. They had some excitement. They spent some money, things of that sort. And, I'm not necessarily a fan, but, I got to tell you, 1-3, if I could quote, Vince Lombardi himself, what the hell's going on around here? Come on. 1-3. I mean, first off, they go ahead and they re-sign Tannehill. They take his 5th-year rookie option. They got him here. He got 4 years, $96 million, 45 of it guaranteed. He's got a 57% passing completion rate. He's got a little over 1,000 yards so far. He's got 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. That's what you got? Really? That's what we get with this guy?
I was just wondering where you were going with it.
All I was going to say at this point, I'm changing his name. He's not Tannehill to me no more. He's Tanner Bump. He's got to earn that hill back.
If you're going to start to walk down the Philbin Avenue, I was going to get a little bit chinked. Because he's not the one who signed him.
No,
okay?
But it's like, no. Well, like I said, it's Tanner Bump. There ain't no hill in there.
And I hear some of these other people, and they want to discredit him. Let's line them up out here.
Yep.
I want to know how many people have seen Bill Belichick go eat shit stupid on the sideline and act like a little cheerleader for his football team.
Oh, yeah.
You look at the man, he looks like Tom Landry did. Stoic, with his little hat on, walking the sidelines. Of course, he uses a hood and does not make any facial expressions or do anything. Does that make Belichick a bad coach? Let's see how many Super Bowls them idiots won up there? Huh?
No, you're absolutely right.
So,
it's ridiculous.
Coach Philbin needs to jump up and down on the sidelines, get his little shakers out, so his team that's paid millions of dollars gets off their rear end and plays football for him. I'm sorry, if you can't get motivated to play football after a $21 million each season contract, you got a problem.
Speaking of motivation, that's perfect going into this next guy. He was considered the biggest off-season signing. Ndamukong Suh. We got 6 years, $114 million, 60 of it guaranteed. You know what we got so far for all that money? 9 solo tackles. That's it. It's a lot of pork for 9 slices of bacon. We got 9 solo tackles. I got to tell you, I mean, he comes in, he was supposed to help give his defense an attitude, make them nasty. And, with this freelancing style he's got going on, here's this defense. They're ranked 30th in the league. They're second to last. They're giving up 160 yards rushing per game. And they've been outscored in the first quarter by 34 points.
Well, I made the comment on our page that on the off season, I suppose they'll go acquire Jim Schwartz, so that Dominican Sue go back to stepping on people. And
well, that's what I said. The only thing he's managed to do is he continues to kick people's helmets off. And then this last guy, I'm not even sure if he's even worth mentioning, but you know, Jordan Cameron, the tight end, 2 years, $15 million. You know what you got for him? 14 catches and 170 yards. That's it.
But he doesn't throw the ball to himself, so relax. He's actually a good tight end.
And like I said, and then we all know, as far as the coaching staff, yeah, they're gone. First the defensive coordinator's gone, and after I just said
no, first the coach was gone.
Then you're right. Then
3 days later, then the coordinator.
Our boy Joe goes, but let's be honest.
And it was the coordinator they had a problem with, according to the defense.
Joe was 24 and 28 coming on board in 2002, and then, you know, now our boy.
No, you mean 12.
Yeah, 2012, you're right. And then Dan, Campbell is now wearing the headset. And he was the tight end coach. The tight end coach.
But he used to play football, so
oh, yes, I got this. Dan's got some highs and lows.
You're right, you.
He was on the G-Men in the Super Bowl 35, but he also played for the 2008 0-16 Lions. So good luck with that. Now, and before all you 72 Dolphins fans come out of the woodwork, start, you know, cheering on, bring on your beloved Dan Marino to take over the helm. Let's just let him stick with Tandabump and just help him along. Because, you know, in order for Dan to keep that legacy of always, you know, always keep that legacy, you know, he's just got to let him keep it going. You know, he doesn't need to be in the head coaching. Because that legacy will fit him like an isotope. You know what I mean?
I'm not going cut as deep as you, okay? Is Tannehill anything like a damn Marino? No, he's not.
No.
But I got to tell you something. When I look around the league, he's not the worst quarterback.
No, he's just, I don't know.
They've got what they've got.
I feel bad for the fans because, like I said, I'm not a fan, but they've always played hard, and I just don't see it. They're like flatliners.
If you can explain this to me, if you can explain this to me, I'll give you Thursday night's game where Houston got beat by the Colts. Let's hear me out. You have a young man with a gun, all right?
Yes.
And he cannot get out of his own way in the first 3 or 4 games. Lucky to be 1 and 2. You know, that's how many they played before his shoulder went out.
Yeah.
From being sacked 18 times and running around all over the place. You stick in a 40-year-old replacement that plays the next 2 games for him and wins. He's 2-0. And he's standing up, throwing the ball. What happened?
No, I'll tell you what happened. He didn't have garlic knots. He didn't have garlic knots.
What it is.
Speaking of garlic knots, here comes Hannah with our garlic knots. And thank God, people, you don't have to take a whiff of that breath after wow, look at these things.
If that's what it takes, Indianapolis,
holy moly, look at the size of these things.
Now,
what's actually in these? Do we know what's even in? What's in these? What are these, little pastries, and what's inside this?
Yeah, it's like pizza dough.
Pizza dough.
Fried
Ever
pizza
come
dough.
out and let her tell you?
Pizza dough and butter and garlic.
Obviously garlic.
Yeah.
I can smell you already, Mike.
Everything good for you.
Good. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be putting on for Halloween. Keep those vampires away from me.
All kidding aside, I was being serious with you.
The
blocking changed because a 40-year-old man stood back there?
I think he's sometimes he's probably a smarter quarterback. I think is what it is. He's a smarter quarterback.
I
think he's a little bit more polished than Luck. I think Luck still obviously shows he's got a lot more to learn.
They went to a short passing game.
That helps. It seems like everybody's going to that.
Well, you got to do that.
Yeah. Well, I know that their offensive line's got holes in it.
You're not going to get a home run ball every time.
And he just can't drop back and throw the way he does and stay back there. He does have a tendency to hold on to the ball a little too much as well. And that's why he's been getting hit so much. And that's why he's hurt. All right, so let's move along as the producer sends up the sign that basically says, "Move the hell along."
We're talking sports here. You just leave us alone.
Let's get into the next segment that we always get into, and it's what have I learned from week 4? What you learned last week?
Oh, good God Almighty! I learned about the same I did the week before. You know.
Yes.
Ran through some of the internet sites. They're already giving out corner point awards, so we have best players for the first 4 games. I suppose that's what you have to have. your MVP, your
see,
quarter MVP.
You know how we are with that. I ain't
Your quarter
got time
top
with that.
defense.
I don't want to talk about any of that stuff till say December. Right now, nobody's anything right now. You know what everybody? There's a couple of teams that are undefeated. I'll give them that. Other than that, nobody's won nothing. Like you say every week, no one's won a playoff game. No one's won a Super Bowl.
I found out
it's only been 4 weeks.
My Rams are starting to come around.
Yeah, yes,
of course, I want them to take a week off this week due to the fact of who they're playing. They're starting to make my Kool-Aid taste a little better, if I can say that.
Yes.
I found out that the Lions, I'm going to steal a comment from the Cardinals coach that was crying one day when the Bears beat them. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And I figured we'd have a lot of crying over that game. See, that was the other one that we stumbled on that you actually didn't watch Monday night.
Well, when
see, people are crying about that. Some, okay, it's not the same as the Green Bay game.
No.
The Green Bay game was the last play of the game. It was being done by replacement officials, and that was the outcome. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to, say that the Lions weren't done wrong. They were. But if you were watching the game, you're coming down to the end of the game.
Yes.
The Lions are driving. The pass is thrown. The ball is knocked out of Johnson's hands by Cam Chancellor at the goal line. You can see with your naked eye as the play happened. You don't even need a replay. The ball is out. He did not cross the goal line. It's trickling out the back. A Seattle dude helps it. Gives it a tap out. All right?
Yes.
Did I know the rule? No.
No, I don't think most people did.
Did anybody in the ESPN booth know the rule?
No.
No. Did anybody know the rule? Look, I'm telling you what, the game went on, Mike.
Yeah.
That was a play. It was a scoring play.
Yeah.
So the only thing they reviewed was, did he cross the line? As soon as they determined no, they let it go.
Really?
At the end of the game, that's when ESPN brings out their little special referee man to go in the rule book and show you. Now, he could have touched it inadvertently and went out of bounds. That's okay. But if he helped it at all, that was supposed to be Detroit ball, like half-foot line.
Yeah.
All right. Now wait. So I'm turning it around. All right. Give them the ball at the half-foot line. They punch it in. Do you realize what happened after that?
No,
that would have been a touchdown.
Yes.
Right? Normally the kicker boots it off, goes out of the end zone, you take the ball at the 20.
Yes.
Well, Seattle took the ball at the 20. It's just Detroit didn't get no points. Wait. Immediately, with no timeouts, after 2 pass plays, they were in the red zone of the Lions.
Jeez.
And then let the clock expire by kneeling. I'm saying, so they get their 7 back anyway. So it's not quite the same. Yeah. Although it was blown, but I tell you what, the head official that oversees, he says that play is a judgment call. Anybody in the stadium standing right there can clearly see the Seattle dude who chucks it out of bounds. And I had I've seen players do that.
Yeah.
Like to take a safety or to do something. I'm like, I didn't even think there's anything wrong with it. And didn't even know until the game was over. Do I feel sorry to a certain extent for the Lions? Yes. But I do feel they shot their own selves in the foot during the game. And it's not the same because they still had an opportunity. That's all I got to say.
Well, what else I learned was the Bengals, they're 4-0. They got a 2-game lead in their division.
Still not drinking Kool-Aid.
But like I put in, I'm just not ready to say for real yet. I also learned that there's a real young guy that doesn't get a call in Carolina who's got a defense that already has 8 interceptions. I also learned that if I was smart, I would think that Chippy's a genius. And then when there's...
Where'd that come from?
And then when there's not a way, the Browns will find it.
Where's this Chippy?
That I mean lose, that is.
Where's this Chippy genius thing? What's that?
Yeah. I'm telling you, if I was smart, I'd think he was a genius. I think the whole genius, I just don't see it anymore.
All right.
Really.
All right, here we go.
And then there's a guy in Green Bay who may not be Michael Jordan yet, but he's pretty good. And then we just went over and over again. I learned that the Lions were tapped out on Monday night.
There'll never be another Michael Jordan.
No, there won't. So here we go into Week 5. Week 5. Here you go with the Week 5. Oh, is he chomping down on his garlic? Look at him.
Yeah, that was a damn good knot.
Garlic. And then I got Michael over here holding up his... I forgot to get his Sprite. Got to get my girl Hannah in Montana out here. See if I can get this kid a soda.
Well, you said you were playing points this week, right?
I can tell you right now, I'm going all underdogs.
I don't usually like to go that
underdogs,
way.
like the superhero himself.
Yeah, I don't usually like to go that way with taking the points. Pick out a flat winner if I can.
Who you got?
Let's just go and stay in a Florida game.
Okay.
Tampa Bay's at home, favored by 3. I'll take Jacksonville over Tampa.
Okay, I got that one.
And then, since I'm still on the Kool-Aid, and they knocked me off the perch last week, did them Bengals. I'm gonna take the Seahawks, which are 3 points off because the Bengals are getting their home 3. It's in Cincinnati. I'll take Seahawks over Bengals.
Well, like I was saying, I'm going with the underdogs all week. I got Kansas City's home, and they're -9.5, and they got Chicago coming. I'm taking Chicago 19-14. And then your boys Green Bay.
Outright win.
I got Chicago winning the game outright 19.
Being 9.5 dogs, they're gonna win.
Yep.
Okay.
After what I see with Kansas City, I'm taking the Bears. Then I got your boys at home -9 with the Rams coming. And I got your boys winning, but only 31-28. It's going to be a close one. So take the points and take the Rams. And then on yes, people. Upset alert of the week.
Here we go. It's got to be
Guns are
something with the
blazing.
Cowboys.
My guns are blazing. Greg Hardy and the Cowboys are getting 9 at home. And Brady, his smoking hot wife, and his sister are coming to town. And guess what? We're going to smack all that ass.
Oh,
Cowboys are going to win this game outright, 30-28.
Greg's going to win twice then.
I'm going to get it all. Oh, yeah, you're going to have a foursome going on. Somebody's getting choked out that game. I don't know which one of the 3, but one of those 3 are getting choked out, either during or after the proceeds of that game. And Jerry will be happy about all of it. Maybe we can fix that whole cricket's ass foot thing or whatever the hell we was talking about a couple weeks ago.
I don't know if anyone can see the TV behind us, but that's college football. It's currently Michigan.
Michigan's what, 20?
This is a ranked rate game, so Michigan's ranked 18th, Northwestern is ranked 13th.
21-0.
Michigan.
They're kicking a little ass right now.
That was one of my 3 games I had down here. The other one, interesting one, that's going to be tonight at 10 o'clock. I know you'll be long asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Very interesting matchup, though. Cal against Utah. Utah has climbed to 5 by knocking off some hot, big teams.
Yeah.
Oregon, others. And there's a
So,
lot of...
where are they playing at? In Utah or in Cal?
In Utah, they're 7-point favorites.
Home field's big in college.
There's a lot of talk going on, though, about this Cal team.
Yeah.
You know, that's where my man come from, Green Bay. Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
And they're supposed to have a pretty good quarterback and stuff brewing out there again. This could be it's 23 versus 5, but it could actually be more like 8 versus 9.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a little bit closer than that.
It's going to be a good game. And then for the Florida people tonight, it's the U against my Florida State Noles there. Number 12 against the unranked Hurricanes. That'll be tonight.
I like to push for the Canes, but something tells me I see State winning by at least 14.
It's in Tallahassee. They're
14.
favored by 7.
I mean, I got to see. Matter of fact, I got to see Bobby. What was that? What's today? Saturday, Sunday, whatever. We seen him about a day. I seen him a day ago. Gave a nice speech. So I guess what, in honor of Bobby and physically seeing him, I got his boys.